When managing a publication or another large-scale project with multiple contributors, what are the elements which matter most to get right?
Truth. What you're saying has to be truthful. I'm not saying correct, I'm not saying accurate, I'm saying truthful. Accuracy and correctness will follow. But once you've got your compass set on truth, everything that follows is going to flow from that and is going to be valuable to the reader. Now, in all of our businesses, we say we're focused on the customer. In an editorial business, we say we're focused on the reader. That's fine. What does that actually mean? It should mean that we're listening, that what we're producing is the product of a dialogue. We're listening to the reader's feedback. We're listening to the signals that our online management system is putting out, telling us that our reader is leaving us, telling us where the reader is leaving us. When you're working in a marketing model and you've got it all worked out as a funnel, you've got the shape in your mind. Where is the customer entering the funnel? Where is that person exiting? How did that person get there? And when it gets to that part, is that person of value to you to be able to begin a dialogue with? That's an engaged customer. So one principle that you have to put front and center, and this is true when you're doing marketing literature, this is true when you're doing a tech news hub. You got to know when your reader's engaged. Not when he read the article, not when the traffic came in and you left your footstep there and went away. Where did it go from there? What did you inspire that person to do? When your product is online and your content is online, your content is the substance of your business. Your customer will perceive your content and your product as one entity. What it says and how it functions are both part of the same thing. So you are guiding that customer. So you have to be able to read the signals. It says, is it clear that the customer is understanding? Or are they fumbling the ball here? When I went to work for Neo4j, I was getting ready to define engagement, to lay out all these things that define what an engagement principle is. And there was a fellow on staff who had already done that and came up with a tremendous formula, reading all the mixed panel signals there were for that determined, okay, if the person read this piece of instruction, did he then log into the RDB database cloud? Did he then try something similar to that instruction using the similar terms? Did he get success out of that? Did he save that success? Did he take the data that he produced in there and save that? And did he follow up with a successive query? And did he then attempt something? This is powerful. Did he then attempt something that the instructions didn't show him how to do? Did he try something new, fail or not? Let's see if this works. At that point, you know that customer is engaged. That customer is engaged because he's interested in the product. He's not just following the path you laid out for him. He said, let's look at a different path. I think there might be a path here. The content is telling me I might be able to go this way. And instead of taking 8 hours to look through and see if there's a piece of content that tells me whether I can go that way or can't, I'm going to try it. That level of interest is the engagement that we want to capture. So the one principle you have to hold onto when you're producing any form of content online, whether it's a press release or whether it's instruction for how to use your product, are you leading the reader to a point of engagement with you? If you are not, consider not producing the content because it's no point to it. Because that person is going to jump off at the end of the bridge and do something else. You want to lead the customer to the next step. I know you're thinking, well, we put calls to action at the end of all of our, for more information. What you want to be able to do is interest the person enough that she or he will look for meaning, that they'll take the next step and look for the meaning. And if you've set up your product, your website, your management system properly, then whenever they're looking for meaning, they will fire off those events, and a spark will be set up, and someplace in a log it will say, this person did this thing. And it will be able to start tracking that person. And then you'll be able to read the data and use the data and help yourself find out whether that person is engaged. That's what engagement actually is. You care what the customer is doing. The customer cares about what you are trying to instruct that person to do.